Made it to part 3. Hello, people of the internet. Originally this was done in one take. Ended up being like, what, an hour and a half long or something like that. But to make it a little bit easier for you all to consume, we've broken it up into 3 parts. We've already done parts 1 and 2. We've gone through every single MV. For those who are unaware, we started way back with Glass Shoes. We wrapped up with We Go last time. And now we're moving on to what I'm kind of calling their Pledis era. So Talk and Talk all the way to Stay This Way. So if you want to check out the other 2 parts, go to you could click on the channel up there, or down there. You can find the older stuff. By the time this has gone out, parts 1 and 2 will already been out for those of you who missed it. And those of you who are here for part 3, welcome. And let's enjoy some good music, shall we? What do we have next? Talk and Talk. Correct me if I'm wrong, this is the song that got them their first win, right? And it's a continuation of We Go. Gotcha. Oh, that's actually really clever. I've seen the behind the scenes for this, but I don't think I've seen the MV for it. Because this is the MV where they're all in like different apartments, right? Rotary telephones. How many of you know how to use a rotary telephone? It is this video, okay. That is such a bright MV though. Oh my goodness, the color contrast is kind of hurting my eyes a little bit. Thing I'm noticing from Jewel, especially after like this marathon and like listening to her OSC that she did recently, her vocal clarity in her higher register is stupendous. It's so clear. This is where Two Tones Romsey is from. Gotcha. Ooh. Still has a funkiness to it. Okay, this is around the time when I'm going to be a little bit more familiar with their music based off of like the content that I've seen from them, whether it be like Channel 9, EFG, or like even fan-made stuff like Flover 9. Okay, I got you. And then we're getting a lot of rapping Jihoon in like the later years, I feel like. Nako on the rapping as well? What a smooth pre-chorus. This song's really interesting because I think it pieces together. Oh, sorry for interrupting whoever that was up there, but this song is like taking bits and pieces from previous songs, I feel like. Nice drum fill. Back to the main vocal thing, like Hayoung as well also has a very distinctive clarity to her voice in the higher register that's very different from Jiwon's, but is very clear. Also, nice key change into the bridge here. A dog! What a floof! What a good floof! Nice vocal run, very clean. Ooh. Going down instead of going back up there, very interesting. It's to switch up the flow of the song and the feeling of it. You know what it is about? I think I've realized something from Fromist9 is that no matter what the song is going to be, it's going to be an easy listen. It doesn't really matter what like the genre is. What I've come to realize with Fromist9's music is that you don't really need to think when you listen to it. So for reference, like I've mentioned already, but I grew up playing string instruments. I grew up playing the violin in orchestras and stuff. My mother has a music degree in piano accompaniment from a music university in Japan. I sang in choir. I played in pit orchestra for school musicals and stuff. So like kind of like what you associate with like typical music theory in a way. It's kind of been like ingrained into my memory. So whenever I approach a song, and you'll notice if you've watched any of my other reaction videos and stuff, is that I tend to pick out bits and pieces that sounds musically very interesting to me, that doesn't really fit the classic, whether it be the pop formula or whether it be like the classical music, like classical music theory. So far from the entire like discography up to this point of Fromist9 stuff that we've checked out so far, I haven't had to like really sit on a moment within the song and have like break it down musically once. They make listening to their music so easy to listen to that I can just kind of sit here, relax, and just enjoy it without having to like mull over one little like dissonant chord, or maybe a melodic sequence, or there's like a flow change or something like that. Even if there are any, they make the transition into it so seamless, or they incorporate it so well that I don't get hung up on it. I can just sit back and listen to it. Not many artists are able to do that for me. Props to them for that. One thing I am hung up on is just how Jiwon and Hayoung, how do they make singing sound so easy? Like, how do they do it? Wild. Okay. What do we got next? Oh, the Pledis era. Okay. Point of note, I know these next two songs because we have DM and Stay This Way, if I've gotten everything right in the order. I know of DM because I've seen this video. I've also seen the many reaction videos to this, Kaya's included. I think the most notable one I've watched was React to the K. If you know, React to the K are, classical musicians react to K-pop series. Their reaction really broke down just how vocally talented some of the members in this group are. And there's a few moments that I really want to react to myself, having never reacted to this on camera, even though I have seen this before. So here we go. DM. This song made my girl group top 15 last year too. Starting off with this really nice low register from Nagyung. Again, the funkiest, the bass. We're getting heavy synths. For me personally, I think Gyuri's most impressive vocal performance. Also, Romse's phrase here. This like upbeat city pop-esque funk bass, such a good combo. Ah yes, the beginning of Lethal Chaeyoung era. Again, that lower register. Her mixed voice here. The way Gyuri is singing that is sitting right between her chest voice and her head voice. Just combine the two, and it's combined so well. I will say this, I never understood the whole kind of like jungle gym playground aesthetic for Hayoung's solo shots. Bridge. Jiyeon on the bridge, her voice just works so well. It's so gentle. Yes! The 15 seconds that Hayoung absolutely blew me away. Oh, the whistle tones! Interestingly enough, as soon as they go to play us, we don't get an outro. Oh. Feels good. I haven't watched this video in a hot minute. I haven't actually listened to this song in a hot minute because so much stuff has dropped in the past like month and a half. But, oh, man. Yeah, the song is so good. It's so good. Like, I said this in the middle, but I'm gonna say it again because, fortunately, we will never get to experience it again, or at least for the time being. Gyuri's vocal performance in this song is the best that she's ever done for me, personally. Like, her vocal ability during this entire song and just her showcasing her vocal talents within this song alone is tremendous. Her mixing in the second pre-chorus, the way her voice just shines at during, I think it's the middle of the bridge, right after, or does it go straight from Jiyeon into Hayoung? It goes straight into Hayoung. Never mind. But essentially, any vocal moment that Gyuri gets on this song is super memorable for me. I don't know why. I think it's I just attached to her vocals so quickly on this song. And if you want to get like a proper breakdown on what like vocal techniques and stuff is, I recommend you watch the React to the K video on this song, because I'm not a classical musician. I'm not classically trained like they are. Like, they go to a music college. I went to school for architecture. Slightly different. But Gyuri in this song was standout for me. Well, at least until the final chorus when Hayoung decided, okay, I'm gonna go start speaking to dolphins now, because, oh my goodness. Let me just listen to this final chorus again. That's so not fair. That's so not fair. And she's, what, the main dancer of the group? And does that? Like, what? That's not fair. It's not fair. It just isn't. What was the other moment? There was one more. Oh, Romse. Romse, first pre-chorus. There's a transition she does. Actually, we'll throw in Gyuri's verse there as well, but there's a little like slide she does in the that delivery, super clean, super crisp. One of my favorite romse moments within a song. Oh, Kiri's voice. But something about the way she's able to just flip, like you can hear the flip when she goes into her head voice. And I think that's like the charm of it, is that you can audibly hear the flip. Like if you pay real close attention to how she sings the there's like a little hoot when you hear her voice flip from her chest to her head voice, and I think that's super cool. But oh yeah, this is such a good song. This was my favorite song that they dropped last year. Having said that, my favorite album they dropped last year was from Stay This Way. This entire album was really good. Like the B-sides on it. Was it Rewind was on this album, right? I haven't listened to this song longer than I haven't with DM, so this will be very fresh. Bring back the bass line one time. It's in Korean. Yes, there we go. This time we got a little bit of Judy's lower register as well. Sedom's like airy high voice is something special. It's very different. Chaeyoung stands, rest in pieces. Stay with me, stay with me. Harmony of a firework. A much more playful delivery from Soyo and then Chaeyoung there. Yeah, the rap verses have a much more playful energy to it, and the verses themselves lower in the register by a lot of the vocalists. Ooh. Chaeyoung with the head voice there. Straight into the bridge. On the floor and show me some more. Who was that on the top? Again, someone is flying up there. Ooh. Stay on me forever, stay. We get an outro. Oh, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Oh. This song does something very well that I feel like none of the... I guess maybe DM did pretty well with this, but I feel like ever since they made the move to Pledis, their song style has changed in that, like, they're not afraid to do a lot more switching up. So like with Stay This Way in particular, they're playing around a lot with vocal registers and where members sing what parts. So I mean, starting right away with like the rapping, every single rap portion of the song had this like really playful energy to it. You didn't really have anyone rapping in their lower voice. All of them had this like kind of cutesy or higher tone to it. When it comes to the vocals, you take segments out of the bridge, the pre-chorus, and the main verses themselves. They are on the lower end in terms of what the members are capable of in terms of vocal register compared to like their past title tracks and stuff like that. As soon as you take it into the chorus, they immediately flip it up to push almost like the higher end of the members' vocal ranges. That's evidently very noticeable in the final chorus when they have the key change into the higher key, especially when you have Cheong like do push her like head voice. If I can find it, let's go from there. I didn't go back far enough. Like the way that the chorus is offsetting the rest of the song by going in the higher register, and especially in this higher key now, you can tell that the members singing it are really pushing like their head voice because of the amount. You can hear just how much more airier the vocal melodies are compared to how they were in the verses and even in the previous choruses per se. But the songwriting direction and the way that they, step off of each other, the juxtaposition of the two parts of the song together. The same could be said for DM, very subdued lower register for the verses and the pre-chorus. You flip up to that higher register for the chorus. Same deal with Stay This Way. And this like direction they've gone since they left from Off the Record and got acquired by Pledis is musically very interesting. And frankly, I'm loving this direction that they've gone with this. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. What is it? Just over an hour? Just under an hour 10? This was a good time. And when the Stay This Way dropped a long time ago. Yeah, 7 months ago. My goodness. Surely we're due a comeback at some point, right? Because I know they released the light sticks, which actually is, you know what, here, flip on over. We'll flip to the end screen so we can talk a little bit. Fromist released a light stick, which I'm really proud of because of the fact that it isn't the traditional glass sphere cookie cutter thing. It's very unique. It's quite literally their logo stacked on top of a light stick, and I think that's super cool because no one's going to have something like that, right? It's their logo. But 7 months since Stay This Way dropped. This was a mid-June release. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, we must be due a comeback at some point then. Oh, tremendously excited. But also slightly sad at the fact that on their next comeback we're not going to get Gyuri. Because personality-wise, like I really like Gyuri. I tend to lean towards like parental figures of the group. And so like naturally I kind of leant towards Jisun and Gyuri when I was like exploring their like off-stage content. And then, like running through all of their title tracks and MVs and stuff, and already having like an established appreciation to her vocals specifically for like a very unique reason that like her vocal technique is so clean and crisp and accurate, and it's not bashing the other members in any way, shape, or form, but Gyuri's voice from someone who's classically trained, or not classically trained, grew up playing classical music with like classically trained vocalists and stuff. is like a little slice of home, a little slice of the past because it's stuff that I'm used to listening to. Like pop vocalists have a very distinct pop tone, right? Gyuri doesn't really have like a pop tone per se. It's a very neutral tone and it fits with so many genres. And I think that's why she fit into the Fromis like vocal system so well, is because her voice could do pretty much everything you asked her to do seamlessly. And it's a shame that she's not part of the group anymore. But Fromist9, all title tracks, completed. Tick that one off the list. That was a lot of fun. I feel like I'm well and truly down the rabbit hole now with Fromis. And Kaya, thank you for deciding that you wanted to impose the Fromis agenda on someone else, because I needed that final push over the edge to get me down the Fromis rabbit path and or rabbit hole. And very nice, good times. Okay, I like. So that was a lot of fun. And I know they have some B-sides, some very iconic B-sides. Obviously, Airplane Mode was like one of the two songs I knew from them in the past, and apparently they have a song composed by Uzi and Bumsy. That's very exciting. Uzi, of course, out of 17, 17's a resident musical genius, and now label mate of Fromist9, just clocked on. But it's just so much fun. Oh, Talk and Talk was Platycera as well. Oops. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, Kaya. Thank you, Flovers. Thank you for loving your group. Because this is a lot of fun. And yeah, I think they've well and truly established a place in, you know how people have bias wreckers? I think I have an alt wrecker now in Fromist9. So it was bound to happen, and it well and truly has happened. So thank you all for watching. It has been an hour and 15 minutes of me rambling and listening to music. Hopefully nothing gets cut out, and hopefully you enjoyed the ride, whether it was your first time with me, with the group, or a combination of the two. If you did enjoy and want to see more, channel icon is up there. You can find the back of the stuff watched in the past. Drop a subscription if you want to keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos. And if you want to watch another video of mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there, whatever video that may be. And until next time, Flovers, talk to you later.